welcome to 252 Kids. My name is Lucy. In case this is your first time joining us, 252 Kids is where kids come to learn about life apps. Life apps are part of God's character that He uses inside of us to change the world around us. Now, I'm going to guess that you have somebody pretty special sitting with you. So why don't you guys help me give our moms and our grandmas and all those mother figures in our lives a round of applause. You guys ready? Come on. All right,
All right, Mom. Yeah, Mom. I see you, Mom, and Grandma, and all you folks. And hey, hi, moms are the best, aren't they?
Moms
they
are the best.
They cook mac and cheese, and they do your laundry for you, and they clean your room for you, and they wipe your nose for you. Let's hear it for moms. Woo!
Okay.
Woo! Woo! Moms!
Whoa. Does your mama wipe your nose?
Okay, not usually, but like for instance, the other day, like I kind of hurt my ankle and I was in a lot of pain and I was kind of upset and my nose was having issues. And
Okay.
She helped me out,
Okay.
so I don't
So
see the problem.
your mom cooks for you and does your laundry and cleans your room and wipes your nose. She is a saint.
Well, I do make it easy for her
How?
by being awesome. Look how awesome, look what she got me. This is how awesome I am. She got me a hat.
But shouldn't you get her a gift for Mother's Day?
Well, obviously I did that. I got out of the house for a few hours so she could clean it.
That's not quite what I meant.
Well, I don't know what you want from me, okay? It's my present, all right? I got her something, she got me something. This is kind of a tradition. I'm showing you my hat collection, right? You guys have seen my hat collection?
No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, I have the best hat collection on the planet. It's
Really?
amazing. Yes. I've got some here. Let me. Hang on. It's back here somewhere. Just give me a second. I'll find it. Ah, here it is.
You need some help there, Walter?
No, I got it. There we go.
Please don't strain yourself.
Well, I mean, just a lot of friction there. All right?
Okay.
Don't want to hurt your back.
Right.
Proper lifting is important. Don't distract me, okay? Check out my awesome. Ooh, look, the tablecloth twirls. Isn't that neat?
Okay,
I
Walter.
like hypnotize you.
Walter, Mother's Day. Hats.
It's hats. Okay, check this out. This is my hat collection that I keep here. In case I want to hang out with Grandpa Henry, I've got a hat. In case I want to ride my skateboard, got a hat. In case I want to be a cowboy. In case I want to ride a girl cow, I guess. I've got when I want to pretend to be a kid. It goes on. Ah, watch out! Okay.
You're making a mess.
When I'm riding my bike. When I want to go swashbuckling.
How often do you go swashbuckling?
Every Thursday, don't you?
No.
Okay, anyway. So I've got my Mario hat in case I want to go curb stomp some turtles.
Wow, Walter, you know
I've
what?
got my football in the cold hat.
Are absolutely right. You have an impressive collection of hats.
It is an impressive collection of hats.
It is an impressive. I'm really impressed. Are you guys impressed? I'm impressed.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Speaking of impressive hats,
Yeah?
you have,
Do you need some help with that?
I don't know. I'm not sure what it's doing. I can't, hang on, I think I can see it. I can't, my new hat! Impressive hats,
Impressive
right?
hats, right.
You have an impressive hat.
I do.
It's just a simple cap. It's plain, dull gray. It's a simple hat for a simple person.
It's kind of brown.
It's kind of gray.
It's brown.
Anyway, it's an interesting hat. You know what would make that hat even more interesting?
What's that?
If it were part of an interesting collection. You should give me your hat.
No.
You should give me your hat, please.
Walter,
What?
you don't even have time to wear the hats that you do. And in fact, as long as I've known you, this is the first time I've heard of your impressive collection. I do wear my hat. No.
Yeah, but I don't have a plain boring hat like that one. I need it. It
No.
would make it a perfect crown jewel, shall you say, to my eclectic collection.
No.
Try saying that, eclectic collection.
I think
Say it
no.
like 5 times fast. Eclectic collection, eclectic collection, eclectic collection, eclectic collection, eclectic collection. It's actually easier than I thought it was going to be because I'm so smart.
I think now is the perfect time to go ahead and say our life app.
No, it's a perfect time to decide if you're going to give me the hat, please.
Are you going to help me with it?
I'll be your best friend,
You are my best friend.
which means you're going to share your hat.
No, this is my hat. And I use it for keeping the sun out of my face when I go for walks and enjoy the sunshine, especially nowadays when, we're quarantined and we have a lot of extra time.
So you wear that when you're out like walking and stuff.
Yes,
So it's all sweaty and gross.
sure.
That makes it even more interesting. Don't you understand?
First it's boring and now it's interesting. No, we're gonna say the life app. Are you gonna help me with this?
No.
Okay, are you guys ready? Drum roll with your legs. 3, 2, 1. Contentment. Deciding to be happy with what you've got. Now, those of you who think Walter should be satisfied with what he has, say it with me. Contentment is deciding to be happy with what you've got.
Don't turn them against me, okay?
They are not against you. They are for you. They want you to be happy.
So they want you to give me the hat.
No, they want you to be content with what you have.
That doesn't sound right.
I'm sure it is.
No.
So, Walter, we're going to take this really impressive hat collection that you
Oh,
have.
my blossom hat.
We're going to take this really impressive hat collection that you have, and we're going to put it back in the box, and we're going to go put it back where it is.
And then we're going to add one more to the
And
collection.
we are not going to add one more to the collection. We're going to let it sit and get all dusty, since you never wear these hats anyway. Go ahead, I'll fix the table.
Oh, could I get my mom to talk to you about giving me the hat?
I'm not afraid of your mama.
My mama is scary.
Not to me.
Scary lady.
Nope.
Scary lady!
Bye, guys.
You're asking for it. You just don't know what you have unleashed. I want that hat.
No.
I want that out. I'm okay.
Hey there! I'm MC Haggis and I'm the world's greatest Scottish rapper. And the world's greatest prize winner. Check this out! Isn't that something? I won it at our town's fall festival. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I can't wait to show it to Seamus. Huh? Oh, Seamus, check out what I won. It's the most awesome prize at the fall. Seamus, what you got there? Aye. You won that as a prize at the fall festival? That giant, big, huge prize? Aye. What? It's nothing. It's just a silly little trinket that I won at the fall festival. Aye. I said I won it at the fall festival. But it's nothing. It doesn't really mean all that much to me. It's just, you know. Aye. What do you mean? What, I looked happy? Well, that was before you walked in here with that giant grizzly bear. Aye. What are you saying? Aye. You're saying this prize is the perfect thing for me because I worked so hard to get it and it made me happy and I shouldn't compare what I have to what others say because my journey is different than others and I should find contentment with the path God has set me on, knowing He's there for me in the big and little things? Aye. That's what I thought you said! You're right! It does make me happy! Ah! You make me so happy, little bear! I don't know. It does make me happy, and I should be content with that. Thank you, friend. Let's rap about it. Kick it. Here we go. I thought I won the ultimate prize. Then Seamus showed up with a big surprise. At first I felt some real resentment. But then Seamus taught me that it's Okay, because even though I won a smaller prize and he won a larger prize, I needed to be okay with what I had, and that's contentment. Word. All right, hey, let's take our prizes on parade. Ready? Here we go. Join the parade. Hey, that was fun. Do that to me. Do that to me.
Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin, and I'm here in my lab where hopefully one day I'll invent something that will benefit mankind forever. For instance, I invented the Ginormo Ray, which makes small things supersized. Well, some of the time. I'm still ironing out the kinks. But even when my inventions don't work how I expect them to, I can have contentment. Contentment is deciding to be happy with what you've got. And I've gotta say, I'm pretty content with almost everything. There is this one little thing with my twin sister I want to fix, and then everything will be perfect. See, growing up, I was the smart sister, and my sister Catherine was the one who was good at sports. So I grow up to be an inventor, and she grows up to pitch professional softball for the Cucamonga Wildcats. This year, she pitched her way to a world championship. So our hometown is throwing Catherine a parade later today. A parade! She throws a ball hard and gets a parade. I try to create something to benefit mankind, but have I ever gotten a parade? Huh, not even close. So my new secret to being content is my latest invention, the switcheroo machine. When Catherine gets here in a little while, I'll put this one on my head and this one on her head and press a button and... Hey sis, I love what you've done with the place. Oh, hey Kath, thanks. Congrats on the whole world championship. Oh, thanks, it was a team effort. Uh-huh, here, put this on. What is it? It's a switcheroo machine, so you and I can change places and I can go to the parade instead of you. Oh, okay. Wait, what? What happened? It worked! That's what! Parade, here I come! Here, read this. Okay. In today's story, you'll hear about a king who wanted something so bad, he'd do anything to get it. Man, Caitlin needs to work out.
"252 Movie presents I Heard Him for the Grapevine, based on the true story of when King Ahab really wanted Naboth's vineyard. Action!
Pay close attention, Preston. I'm about to demonstrate how to perform an interrogation of 3 suspects at once.
Isn't this all a bit unnecessary, Mr. Jones? After all, we do know who killed Naboth.
Careful. Careful, Preston. You are dangerously close to committing one of the most common mistakes in the detectival profession.
Yes, but we already have eyewitnesses who saw...
Well, when you've been solving mysteries, as long as I have, Preston, you know that things aren't always what they seem. Now, you may be wondering why I have gathered you 3 here today. Simply put, a crime has been committed, and I believe that one of the 3 of you is the culprits. Is it you, King Ahab?
What?
Or you, Queen Jezebel? Or perhaps you?
Oh, sorry. Okay, it's not broken, I don't think. I'll just use a little masking tape.
Pipe down, would you?
Yes, sir, ma'am, your majesty, highness.
What crime do you mean? I mean, we didn't do anything, did we? No, of course we didn't.
I think what my husband, the king of Samaria, is trying to say is we have a country to run, so could we just wrap this up?
I can assure you, Queen Jezebel, that my investigation shall take as long as necessary until we come to a satisfactory conclusion, or my name isn't Shamrock Jones. Very good. Thank you. Simply put, a murder has been committed, and the victim is someone that all three of you knew. Naboth of Jezreel.
Naboth of Jezreel. Now, why does that sound familiar?
I don't know. I'm sure. What?
Oh, now wait a minute. That wouldn't be the Naboth who was found guilty of cursing the king, would it?
Well, wouldn't it? Oh, it wouldn't? No, of course it wouldn't. Wouldn't it? No, that could be Naboth.
See, what happened was there was a day of fasting not that long ago, and Naboth was overheard saying all sorts of terrible things about the king.
God, too.
And God, too. Yes, we can't have that. I mean, we have laws against that. So, his sentence was given and carried out immediately. Death, I believe.
Yes, death by stoning. I mean, it's regrettable, but he had it coming.
So, you see, Mr. Jones, there was no crime committed. I mean, ask him, he was there.
Oh, what's up, mate? Oh, I'm just Kenneth. Kenny. You call me Kenny, Kensington Kenneth. You call me, no one calls me that. Just call me Kenneth.
Right, Kenneth. And you were there
What?
when Naboth was punished.
Oh, was I?
It's okay, Kenneth, just tell him the truth.
The truth? Mm-hmm. Oh, the truth.
Yeah.
From before.
The truth.
When you told me to...
Yes, the truth.
Yeah, alright. Of course, I got you. Alright. Yeah. So I was there the day that Naboth was punished. I was sitting there with my friend, and we was at the fasting ceremony, yeah? And we was sitting right across from him, so we saw the whole thing.
Excellent. I want you
Yeah.
to take me back to that moment in time.
Sure,
I
right.
want to know everything that you saw, everything that you heard. Pretend Preston here is Naboth.
No.
Well, he's...
No, that's
Well,
not-
that's not Naboth, that's Preston.
Pretend it's Naboth.
So I'm going to pretend that he's
that Preston
Naboth.
is Naboth.
I'll pretend he's
You're
Preston.
going to pretend. No, you're going to pretend that
Pretend that
Preston
he's
is
Naboth.
Yes.
Excellent.
I can be
Alright.
Preston if you want.
Don't worry
Naboth.
about it, dear.
All right, so there we was at the ceremony, and we're doing a lot of talking. Yeah, so go ahead, a little talking, and not eating,
Right,
of course, because
right.
it's fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, Naboth stands in front of the crowd, and he starts saying things like, "Oh, he's a no good king," right? Yeah, and starts saying things like, he wouldn't be a good king even if he was the only person in the kingdom. You know? And then he say things like, "Oh, the king wears diapers."
Okay,
You know,
he
things
gets the
like
point.
that. Right, but here's the thing. That wasn't the worst thing he did. It got much worse, right? All of a sudden, Naboth gets in front of everybody, and he takes out a whole candy bar, and stop that. He takes a whole candy bar out and he starts eating it in front of everyone. See? And he says, "Oh, it's a delicious candy bar. Would any of you like to have some of it?" And like everyone's like, "No, we can't have that because it's fasting day. And it will make God very angry. He specifically said no eating." And then Naboth says, "Who is God?" Yeah. So we had to do something, right?
And what something did you do?
This is what we had to do. We had to drag him out of the town. And we said, "This man here has eaten during fasting and said some very bad things about the king. What shall we do?" And the crowd said, "Kill him, get him," right? So we all took our rocks and we
Oh, no, Shamrock, this is absolutely necessary.
I believe that we have seen enough.
Are you sure? Because I could...
Quite sure.
Sorry. I could just take that. Oh.
Yes, please. Well, Preston?
Yes.
Well, it looks like we were mistaken. There was no murder at all.
Well, actually, I wasn't mistaken. If you do recall, I started...
Let us leave the king and the queen to their daily business.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do come again. Oh, no, you don't have to. What? What? What is it? What you looking at?
You may want to observe this, Preston.
Yes. Of course.
What are you looking at? What you looking at? What is it?
What do you see?
Oh, yes, of course. A stain of some sort. Dark purple. A grape, perhaps.
Exactly. A grape stain. The Shiraz variety, I'd wager. The type of grape that you may find in a vineyard that belongs to one Naboth of Jezreel.
No, that is my vineyard.
Oh, sure, yes. It is now, but at one time it belonged to Naboth, did it not?
Oh, yes, but you...
It's now that he has conveniently died, it belongs to you.
What? No, that isn't my fault. No, I offered to purchase the vineyard from him. I offered a great price, but he wouldn't do it. I even offered to give him one of my larger vineyards, but he just wouldn't do it. He said something about it. The vineyard's been in his family for generations or some nonsense, but I wanted that vineyard for my vegetable garden. I wanted that vineyard!
Enough to kill for it?
Well,
Oh, please! I mean, does any of this really matter? Naboth is dead. I mean, that's the end of it, isn't it?
I see. So it didn't bother you that Naboth refused to sell the vineyard to the king? That one of your lowly subjects denied the king his request?
I see what you're trying to do, and it won't work.
Because I believe that it did bother you. And King Ahab, I believe that you wanted that vineyard more than anything. It ate at you. You thought about it constantly. You couldn't eat. You couldn't sleep. And when you saw the king in such a state, it angered you. The king should always get what he wants, no matter the cost. You were the one who called for the day of fasting. You were the one who set Naboth at the table in front of everybody. And
What?
Naboth never said those things you accused him of. You and your worthless and evil friend made it up. Didn't you?
Did you?
Didn't you?
Did you?
Didn't you?
Did you?
Didn't you?
She made me do it. It was all her idea. She's the one. It's not my fault, you see? I didn't do it. It's all her fault. She's the one who told me.
Bravo, Shamrock Jones. You figured it out. That sniveling little Naboth wouldn't sell my hubby his vineyard. He was miserable. I couldn't do that. We had to do something about it. Now he has the vineyard, and we're perfectly happy.
Yes, perfectly happy. Except, do you know Elijah the prophet came by and said we were going to pay for what we've done? Did I forget to tell you that?
I think you did forget to tell me that.
Oh.
What did he say?
It does not look good.
Another mystery unraveled, Preston.
Yes, and to think the king and queen were behind the murder all along.
Yes.
Fascinating.
When one wants something so badly, it clouds their judgment.
Yes.
It makes them do horrible things.
Indeed, should we alert the authorities of their crime?
No, I believe they shall receive their just deserts in due time. Served with grape juice, no doubt.
Could you say that they'll be served grape justice?
I can't. Oh, you talking about us? That's rude.
Let us go,
Yes,
shall we?
please, after you. Very good work, Shamrock.
Wonderful work, everyone. Excellent job.
You stay.
Excellent
Yes,
job.
Just stay.
I'd like to be a detective. I'll fix this.
Good morning, and thank you for watching this morning with 252 Kids Online. This is the time of the morning when we open up God's Word and we see what He has for us today. We are currently talking about the life app this month of contentment. Let's all say it together. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1. Contentment, deciding to be happy with what you've got. Now, let's all say it together again. Now, this time I want you to say it out loud, really loud. I want everybody in your house to hear you say it. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Contentment, deciding to be happy with what you've got. That's right. Good job, guys. Now, contentment is really, really hard. And you know why? Because we naturally want more and more things. In fact, this month, kind of the theme that we're going off of is this idea of supersize me. Now, some of you kids may wonder, where did that term come from? Supersize me. Well, way back in April of 1992, McDonald's came up with this idea that you could ask for a supersize. So you would go and get like a double cheeseburger combo and you would get like a medium fried and medium drink. Well, you could say supersize me, and they would give you a supersized fry and a supersized cup, this huge amount of fries and a huge amount of drink to go with your meal. And so they coined the phrase supersize me. And so it's just kind of stuck in that they served this supersized amount of fries and cup for about 12 years. And so I grew up when 1992, I was about 8 or 9 years old. And so many of you are 8 or 9 years old. So imagine being able to go to McDonald's and get a huge thing of Coke and fries. And it was kind of a new idea and it was awesome at the time. But it was so successful. Why? Because people think, I think, you think that more is better. But really, more can be bad. More can make you miserable. And here's why. Is because there is something inside of us that I have called the more monster. Now, you know what I'm talking about. You eat candy, and guess what? A few minutes later, you want more candy, don't you? In fact, you've probably eaten all the candy that you got from Valentine's Day. And by Valentine's Day, you had eaten all the candy that you got for Christmas. And Christmas, you had eaten all the candy that you got from Halloween. And guess what? You want more and more candy, more and more things. It never ends. Every day, my kids, they come up to me, I want candy, I want candy. Well, guess what? You eat too much candy, it's going to rot your teeth out. Same thing with toys and shoes and clothes and video games and whatever. You get tired of it. You get bored. You want to do something else. You want more toys. You want more clothes. Clothes go out of style. You need something different. And so it's just this never-ending cycle of always wanting more and more and more. And when we become obsessed with getting more, that's when the more monster just kind of takes over. He is always hungry. He is always eating. So that's why more can make you miserable, as we will find out in today's story. But here's our memory verse for the month. It is Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. I want you guys to read it with me here on the screen. It says, I have learned the secret to being content, no matter what happens. I am content whether I am well fed or hungry. I am content whether I have more than enough or not enough. This is found in Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. And this was our lesson last week. And as we learned, Paul was in jail. He was under house arrest for 2 years. He couldn't go anywhere, and he had guards with him all the time. And guess what? He was writing this letter to the Philippians, and he said, I have learned the secret. I am content, whether I have a lot or little. I'm content. Why? Because I have Jesus Christ living inside of me, and he gives me strength so I can do anything. All right? So today's story is a really, really bad one. It's about how wanting more made this guy miserable. So we're going to learn about a guy named Naboth, King Ahab, and his wife Jezebel. So if you have a Bible, you can turn with me to 1 Kings chapter 21, or you can just listen along as I read this story. And today we're going to learn a lot about why more can make us miserable. So here we go. 1 Kings chapter 21, verse 1. Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard. It was in Jezreel next to the palace of King Ahab of Samaria. So Ahab spoke to Naboth, saying, Give me your vineyard, since I can have it for a vegetable garden, since it is right next to my palace. I will give you a better vineyard in its place, Or if you prefer, I will give you its value in silver. So basically, King Ahab goes to Naboth and says, hey, look, your vineyard is great, it is awesome, and it's right next to my palace, and it would be super convenient. How about we trade? How about I give you money for it or something, silver for its value? I really, really, really want this. Well, let's see what Naboth said. Naboth said to Ahab, I will never give my father's inheritance to you. So apparently Naboth was given this land by his father or his grandfather or somebody in his family that he loved very much. So this was family land to him. It was very special. No amount of gold or silver was going to be able to express the value that it had in Naboth's life. It was priceless. So Ahab went to his palace resentful and angry because of what Naboth, the Jezreelite, had told him. He had said, I will not give you my father's inheritance. He lay down in his bed, turned away his face, and didn't eat any food. Now, this sounds like a king who is having a temper tantrum. All right, now, any of you, raise your hand if you've ever had a temper tantrum. Now, go ahead, raise your hand. I know how kids are. It wasn't so long ago I was one too. When we don't get what we want, we tend to throw a fit, don't we? Well, this is a king-sized fit. So he didn't eat. Then his wife, Jezebel, came to him and said to him, why are you so upset that you refuse to eat? Because I spoke to Naboth, the Jezreelite, he replied. I told him, give me your vineyard for silver, or if you wish, I will give you a vineyard in its place. But he said, I won't give you my vineyard. Then his wife, Jezebel, said to him, now, exercise your royal power over Israel. Get up, eat some food, and be happy, for I will give you the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite. How's she going to do this? So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, sealed them with his seal. She sent the letters to the elders and nobles who lived with Naboth in his city. In the letters, she wrote this: proclaim a fast and seat Naboth at the head of the table. Then seat 2 wicked men opposite of him. When they testify against him, saying, you have cursed God and the king, then take him out and stone him to death. Oh my goodness, is she really doing this? She is setting up 2 guys to falsely accuse Naboth of cursing God and commanding the elders of that city to kill him by stoning him to death. That's picking up stones and throwing them and so many times until he just dies, which is a horrible, horrible way to die. But she did this by writing in the name of King Ahab, taking his royal seal and stamping it. So there was nothing they could do. Once they opened it, they had to obey. The men of his city, the elders and nobles who lived in his city, did as Jezebel sent word to them, just as it was written in the letter she had sent to them. They proclaimed a fast, seated Naboth at the head of the table. The 2 wicked men came in and sat opposite of him. Then the wicked men testified against Naboth in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth has cursed God and the king. So they took him outside the city and stoned him to death. When they sent word to Jezebel, Naboth has been stoned to death. When Jezebel heard that Naboth had been stoned to death, she said to Ahab, get up, take your possession of the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite, who refused to give it to you for silver, since Naboth isn't alive, but dead. When Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, he got up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite, to take possession of it. All right, so Jezebel's plan worked. Naboth is dead, and now King Ahab is going to go and take it. Now you would think he is going to be extremely, extremely happy about this. Wait till you see what happens. Then the word of the Lord came to Elijah the Tishbite. Get up and go meet King Ahab of Israel, who is in Samaria. He's in Naboth's vineyard, where he has gone to take possession of it. Tell him, this is what the Lord says. Have you murdered and also taken possession? Then tell him, This is what the Lord says. In place of where the dogs licked up Naboth's blood, the dogs will also lick up your blood. Now, how do you think King Ahab felt about Elijah showing up and God giving him this judgment that, look, in the same way, in the same place that Naboth died, so will you? Well, this is what verse 27 says. When Ahab heard these words, he tore his clothes and he put sackcloth over his body and fasted. He laid down in sackcloth and walked around subdued. He was miserable. He was miserable that he couldn't have the vineyard. But then when his wife goes all evil, wicked person and has Naboth killed, you would think he would be happy. But then he's punished by God. So now he's even more miserable. So no matter what he did, he was miserable. And it all started because he was not content with what he had. He was focusing on the wrong thing. He was focusing on what he couldn't have instead of what he does have. And that is our bottom line for today. Say it with me. When you focus on what you don't have, it can make you miserable. When you focus on what you don't have, it can make you miserable. So I hope this week that you will focus on what God has given you and how God has provided for you and all the good things that you do have instead of all the things that you don't.
Well, I got to be in a parade, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted. There I was, riding on a float down Main Street. Everyone in town was there, throwing streamers and confetti, chanting my name. Except it wasn't my name, it was Catherine's. And it made me realize that the parade wasn't for me. It was for my sister. She's the one they were cheering for, and now she missed it. Because of me. And that's the thing about wanting something you don't have. If you focus on what you want too much, it can eat at you. It makes you think things you normally wouldn't think, and do things you normally wouldn't do. It made King Ahab and Jezebel do something they can never take back. The next time you want what you don't have, it could be something like a video game or a new phone, or it could be some situation. Like you want to make the gymnastics team, or you want to be in the school musical. Next time you want something, don't focus so hard on what you want. Focus on God and what He wants. Then, even if things don't go your way, you can still be content. Here's the one thing to remember today. When you focus on what you don't have, it can make you miserable. I think I'm gonna feel miserable until I switch back with my sister. Where is she anyway? I raided your fridge. Hope that's okay. Sure. Listen, Kath. I'm sorry I went to the parade and took your moment. I shouldn't have. And you know, I'm okay with being the smart girl and you being, the sporty one. It's cool. But next time you want to trade places, you can just wear my clothes. We're twins, smart girl. Okay. Here. Put this on. Okay.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today with 252 Kids Online. And I hope today that we learned that when we get caught in what I call the comparison trap, when we're looking at maybe what other people have and what we don't have, that really all it's going to do is make us miserable. And so the good thing is that you don't have to stop learning about contentment, that you can keep on learning every single day. Parents, I have sent out, I've emailed out and posted in a link a discussion guide for you guys to continue to talk about just for a few minutes after this video. Just have a quick discussion about contentment and what you learned today. Kids, your parents have access to your God Time card. Have them print that out. You can spend a few minutes with God every single day and continue to learn about contentment just a little bit every single day. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you back next week.
TV screens and magazines bicycles are shiny rings. And they say, hey, check out this brand new fan. It's something that you gotta have. They kinda make me wanna laugh. Cause contentment isn't found in possessions. I think they've got the wrong impression. I try to focus my attention on the fact that I'm blessed and everything I've got is all I need. I'm taking steps back to see things differently. Everything I've got is all I need, need. It's all I need. Hey, I must admit that sometimes I want what my friends have. It's easy to do that. I try to keep myself from losing sight of where my joy comes from. Cause contentment isn't found in possessions. I think they've got the wrong impression. I try to focus my attention on the fact that I'm blessed and everything I've got is all I need. I'm taking steps back to see things differently. Everything I've got is all I need, need. It's all I need. Everything I've got is all I need. I'm taking steps back to see things differently. Everything I've got is all I need, need. It's all I need. Video games and nice clothes. It's easy to let your mind go down the wrong path, wanting what other people have, always wanting more things when old things get boring. But life isn't measured by the things you own or the things you don't. I'ma be good with what I got. I promise you that I am not gonna want what's his, want what's hers. Yo, I'm blessed and that's for sure. Fancy things are cool, I guess, but you don't watch out, you just might miss that there's more to life than the eye can see. Look inside, you got all you need. Everything I've got is all I need. I'm taking steps back to see things differently. Everything I've got is all I need, need. It's all I need. Everything I've got is all I need. I'm taking steps back to see things differently. Everything I've got is all I need, need. It's all I need.
And scene. One take!